All right, everybody, welcome. I apologize that I did not see you on Friday, and I apologize to Mommy Money. I intended to get something to you,
Great.
and I just couldn't pull it off, Mom. I was on the plane, uh, and I trusted that you would hold it down, and that folks would y'all would be well, and I assume that's the case.
They were well. They were
Okay.
well. They
All
did a
right.
good job.
All right. So just help me out. Tell me what they did. And what y'all did.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, they are ready to present to you their three claims from what was discussed October on Wednesday. So we looked at some of the claims that they were able to find because some of them had started, some of them hadn't started. And so we were working on that. And so they're ready to present to you today what they were able to find from reputable sources.
All righty. I'm
Who's
all
ready to
ears.
go? Who's ready to go?
I'll go first. You want me to share my screen?
Please do.
Okay. On top of the very first one should say claim one. I have to type that in. For the first claim, which was does melatonin have any? Does melatonin and the parathyroid have anything to do in the making of vitamin D2? And I could not find any rep, some reliable sources that I could rely on to put the information. So the second one was, does this parathyroid hormone not control regulate the production of vitamin D? And it says the parathyroid hormone does stimulate the production of vitamin D. So that means, so to me that meant it does regulate the production of vitamin D. Claim two. Um, the claim two was, does don't remember the question, but it was
Well, a minute.
something.
Well, you can't tell me what the question is, and how I won't know what the answer.
So, well, I'll get the
I mean,
question.
I just don't want to know what you're talking about. I got tightly regulated, but I don't know what you're talking about.
The it was, is vitamin D2 regulated by the parathyroid hormone? And
How's that different from the first one?
I think this one, not I think, I know this one was about vitamin D3, not vitamin D2. This one is the this one is the protein. This one is vitamin D.
What protein?
1,25 OH2D.
No, that's not the protein.
Oh, that's calcitrol. Is calcitrol regulated by the parathyroid hormone?
Okay. What's the difference between the 1,25 um
OH.
dioxy? Oh yeah. Always. What's the difference between that and 2,5?
2,5 is its predecessor, and you use
Well, give me. Got to be consider. What names are you going to use? Vitamin D2, D3, or you're going
calcidol.
to use calcitriol or calcidiol?
Calcidiol is the predecessor to calcitriol.
So you're saying calcitriol is the final version. That's vitamin D3, the bioavailable version.
Well, no, vitamin. This is not vitamin D3. This is vitamin D2.
Okay, that's vitamin D2. And that's calcitriol or calcidiol.
Calcitriol.
Okay. So you're saying the final version is calcidiol.
Trial.
Calcitriol.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right. So continue. And so this question is whether or not the parathyroid hormone has anything to do with the production of calcitriol. Excuse me, calcidiol.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What did you get?
So it's just it well, I got what it was tightly regulated by it, so that means it does have it has
Your voice went down. It's tightly regulated by what?
it's tightly regulated by the hormones. So I say since it's tightly regulated by it, does help with the production of it. Because it helps regulate how much you have it.
So what regulates what? Does the parathyroid hormone regulates 1,2,5 dioxyhydro hydro vitamin D, or is the other way around?
That is the parathyroid regulates it.
Okay. Okay. Keep going.
The next question was, do African Americans have more parathyroid hormones than other races? And it was saying, according to PubMed, African Americans have higher serum parathyroid hormone.
Okay. Very good. And you have your sources? I mean, you
Uh,
have, pardon me?
I haven't put in my sources, but I
Oh,
had reference
okay.
PubMed.
I got the reference there. You want to put the specific reference? I want to read that myself. So summarize.
Summarize this one.
Yeah,
The
summarize. No, summarize everything you presented.
I still have some more.
Oh, okay. Okay, continue.
And then the last claim was, does the African Americans have the highest melatonin level? And so um, there's in PubMed there is a study that was shown that African Americans have the highest amount of melatonin.
Okay. And so in the future, the way you want to write it is according to blank article in PubMed, Africans have, okay, because there may be another article that claims even more or less or counters that, okay? So you can say according to, as opposed to speaking like blatantly, like, yes, it is, okay? Because unless you've done the research yourself, then you're counting on those sources. All right, continue.
So to summarize, so far the claims that have been said were so far truth for me
All
that
right,
I found.
thank you very much, Noah. Really appreciate that. All right, Mama, I'm gonna be a receiver. You go ahead and, since you work with them, call on the ones you want to call on, or
I believe Yabea would like to go next. She put it in the chat. She would like to go next. Yabea, you ready?
I'm pulling it up.
Oh, okay.
just a tip, y'all. If somebody else is presenting, pull yours up. Be ready. And Kennedy, I think Mama Imani saw you. And after Jabear, I think, she may call on you. Welcome, Zuri. Welcome, Kamaria. All right, Jabear.
Can you see it?
Very well.
Okay. Claim 1. The pineal melatonin interact with parathyroid hormone and the production of vitamin D. And I found that the relationships between the pineal gland and the parathyroid glands have yet to be elucidated, and elucidated means to make clear.
Okay. So, according to your source, all right. Now, when was your source published?
In 2019, I think.
Okay. Well, there's this, and Noah, you found a publication differing, an article that differs, correct?
No, I didn't. I couldn't find a reputable site to confirm this.
Okay. So it didn't confirm the denied. Okay. All right. Continue.
I have the parathyroid hormone regulates the vitamin D production, and vitamin D helps the intestines absorb calcium. However, the vitamin D must first be activated or turned on by the parathyroid hormone. And then I also have the parathyroid hormone also stimulates the production of active vitamin D in the kidneys, and the parathyroid hormone indirectly increases calcium absorption from food in the intestine via its effects on vitamin D metabolism.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And what does metabolism mean?
I forgot.
Look it up.
The chemical processes that occur within a living organism in order to maintain life.
All right, look over the right-hand side and read the one over the right-hand side.
Metabolism is the set of life-sustaining chemical reactions in organisms. The three main purposes of metabolism are the conversion of food to energy, to run cellular processes, the conversion of food, fuel, and
Okay. All right. So metabolism is a set of life-sustaining chemical reactions in the organism. The three main purposes are to convert food to energy, to run cellular process, and something else that you can look for. Okay. So later on, look for the rest of that, and put it under just like you did when you said to make clear, elucidate. All right. Okay. You can take us back and continue. Good research so far. I'm proud of you.
claim 2.
I can't see. Go back. Okay, good.
Claim 2, the formulations of calcitriol is regulated by parathyroid hormone. The renal production of calcitriol is tightly regulated by the plasma parathyroid hormone, PTH, and fibroblast growth factor. And parathyroid hormone stimulates calcitriol production in the kidney by increasing the synthesis of 1A hydroxylase.
Great. Keep going.
That was way too.
No, there was another one there.
I went down too far back.
Okay.
Okay. And number 2, Africans have the highest levels of PTH. In many studies, the parathyroid hormone levels are higher on average in blacks than in whites. And the PTH levels found in blacks occur within the context of low calcium intake in addition to low 25D levels, which may be related to real or perceived lactose intolerance, Dr. Cosman said.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And number 3, blacks have increased pineal melatonin. This production depends on race, gender, and age. The highest melatonin levels are Africans in each racial group. They are highest in young Africans, 30 to 50 years old. And here are my sources.
Okay, very good. I love your citations. Now, what I want you to do in your presentations, always you might start to put according to, and put at least the name of the either the author or the article, and then make a number so that we can go from your presentation information to the number in your resources. If I wanted to follow up um, on them, okay. Otherwise, I'd have to go to each one of them, and I have no idea which one would take me to, for example, your claim number 3.
I
Now, is that
put
7?
numbers in it.
Oh, I
Yes, I
see.
have the
I see.
numbers.
Very good. That usually goes at the end,
Okay.
and very good. I like that. Okay, excellent. That really helps. All right. Good work. Great work.
Mo.
Mo. Kennedy, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay.
Now, I hope y'all are learning from each other. Zoom it in some more, Kennedy, please.
Sure.
Go better than that. Go better than that. You got plenty of room on your screen. So if I'm trying to read it. Oh, okay, it's coming up. Okay.
Okay. Claim 1. The pineal melatonin interact with parathyroid hormone in the production of vitamin D2. 1 second. All right. When most people think of calcium, they think it's most important for bone health, but actually calcium is most important for your nervous system and your muscular system. Your body needs a narrow range of serum calcium in your blood, or otherwise you couldn't find the function and you wouldn't survive. Your bones act as a reservoir for calcium, providing calcium for your blood when serum calcium in the blood, is low. So how does your body make sure it has the right amount of calcium in the blood? This involves vitamin D, calcium, and a hormone called parathyroid hormone. The parathyroid glands are endocrine glands located in your neck near your thyroid glands, but no functional relation to. Their job is to secrete parathyroid hormone. PTH regulates serum calcium and phosphate, which in return regulate the PTH. Your kidney produces vitamin D's active form, which is called 1,25-OH2D. How much 1,25-OH2D your kidney decides to produce depends on how much PTH and calcium are in your body. But you also need good vitamin D intake to be able to produce adequate 1,25-OH2D. 1,25-OH2D helps you absorb calcium and also keeps your PTH levels in check. This is how it all happens. When calcium in your blood is low, your parathyroid starts secreting PTH. PTH starts pulling calcium from your bones and into your blood. PTH also starts telling your kidneys to make more 1,25-OH2D. You have more vitamin D stores in your body, called 25-OHD, that are ready for the kidney to produce 1,25-OH2D when needed, if you get the adequate vitamin D intake. When the kidney starts producing 2D, it helps the gut absorb more calcium than usual to make sure you get enough calcium into your body. When 1,25-OH2D increases,
Kennedy,
it helps
Kennedy, you know another name for that? Do you know the name that we
vitamin
call?
D2.
Well, we called it it's 1,25 dihydroxy vitamin D. If you're doing that 1,25, you see that 2 there? You remember that? The other one is called 25 hydroxy vitamin D because it doesn't have the 2 there. Okay, and that's not just for her, that's for everybody to know that you can also say that as 1,25 dihydroxy vitamin D.
1,25 dihydroxy vitamin D.
That's right. That's what that two stands for D. I mean for two. Di is two. All right. Contrast that with 25 hydroxy vitamin D. Okay. And that also correlates with words like calcitriol and calcidiol. Now, Kennedy, also, once you write that down, would you take me back up? You can come back here to what this particular claim is supposed to be telling me or supporting. What's the question?
Question is the pineal melatonin interact with the parathyroid hormone in the production of vitamin D.
Okay, so far I haven't seen that. I haven't heard you talk about the pineal gland at all. I just heard you talk about the function of the parathyroid hormone and increasing the availability of calcium and increasing our bones being able to absorb calcium. So I haven't gotten I lost the pineal connection. I've got great things about PTH and PTH's role in increasing the absorption of calcium. Okay, but I don't, that particular claim had to do with, does the pineal gland have anything to do with the parathyroid hormone? So can you kind of focus and answer that question, because that's what I was listening for.
Oh, well, I guess this claim.
Okay, so what I want you to get is, I want you to get of how do you stay focused on exactly what the particular claim is. The information that you have is excellent. It's just not answering the particular question.
Yes, I
Okay?
think what for this year was. Oh, I remember now. I couldn't find anything on the
But then
pineal
why
melatonin.
do you give me this? You should give me what
Just the parathyroid interaction with the production of vitamin D. That's all
it,
I have. I
it
didn't get
says.
the
Does the
mind.
pineal gland interact with the parathyroid in the production of vitamin D? If you just cut
So
that off, no, listen here, okay? Because it's important. Hurt you smart, and you need to stay focused, or else you'll have all your work be thrown out, Kennedy. And I don't want that to happen to you. It says, does the pineal melatonin interact with the parathyroid in the production of vitamin D? You can't just cut that other part off and then, well, I'm going to tell you about the parathyroid and the production of vitamin D. The question is, cool, but that actually is the next claim, okay? This question here is, their pineal melatonin interact with the parathyroid hormone in the production of that, okay? And I haven't heard so far. What you have is good stuff. It's just not answering the question.
I couldn't find.
Well, then that's what you say, my dear. Okay? If you don't do that, it seems like cheating. I know that you're not doing that, so I'm not trying to. You're just trying to give what information you found. Okay? But the best thing to do as scientists, or anybody, you can say, I haven't found anything to back up that claim. What I have found is this. You see? If you present it as if it's answering the question when it's not, that's disingenuous. I don't mean that you are being it. I mean, that's how it will be taken. And you don't want that. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so go to the next claim.
Okay. The parathyroid hormone regulate vitamin D production.
Okay,
When
now
you get enough vitamin,
do you see how what you have been doing, what everything that you have above it is answering that question?
yes, sir.
Okay, so that's where you need to copy that from. Okay, you can go ahead and read
That's what
what
I
you have.
did. When you get enough vitamin D from good sun exposure and supplementation habits, and enough from your calcium diet, this allows you to maintain a healthy calcium level in your blood and keeps a good amount of calcium in your bones. Healthy vitamin D and calcium habits also help keep your PTH levels in check. So,
Okay, so now what does that got to do? What do you make of that to answer number 2?
this is claiming that a healthy vitamin D and calcium help us keep your PTH levels in check. So they
But
regulate.
that's not the answer to the question. See, this is how you keep PTH levels in check. So you explain that up top. The bottom here is if you keep healthy vitamin D and calcium, then it'll keep PTH levels in check. So there's definitely a relationship, but it's saying does the parathyroid regulate vitamin D production? Okay, literally do this again. Take everything that you have that I read so far from number 1, say clearly I haven't found anything, and put number 1 under number 2. Okay, and throw what you have there out because you actually answer the question very well above. But what you have under the bottom is not the same thing. It shows a relationship, but this is about how do you keep your PTH levels in check. And if I didn't know better, I wouldn't know that the PTH levels affect the vitamin D production. You see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you
Yes.
like science, and I'm glad you like science. Then you got to be on point. Okay. You can't just take any association when does one thing influence the production of other things. All right. All right. Okay. Go to the next one, please.
And I was not able to find anything that would that supports this claim.
I see.
Or Africans have the highest.
I can't hear you. Your voice went.
Africans have the highest level of PTH, claim number 4. Though inconsistent, a number of studies have shown an association between vitamin D and 1,25 hydroxy vitamin D.
That doesn't say 1,25.
25 OHD
And that's 25 hydroxy vitamin D. Okay, come on.
25 hydroxy vitamin D status, parathyroid hormone, and the metabolic, which metabolic means the chemical processes that occur within a living organism in order to maintain life, syndrome, MET-S. These have largely been carried out in Caucasians or Black subjects living in high-income countries. There are no data on the relationship of 25 OHD and the PTH status with MET-S populations in residents in Africa. The aims of the study were to evaluate if there was an association of 25 OHD or PTH with MET-S in non-Caucasian populations in South Africa, and whether this is not the right thing, whether these molecules explain the ethnic differences in the prevalence of MET-S and its individual components. That's not the right.
Okay. Make sure you know when you're making a presentation that you have got it organized, love. You're doing good research. Okay. So now please listen carefully because 2 people have actually presented information for some stuff that you couldn't find. Right? Noah and Jabea found information for number 4.
Well, I found information from under 4, but I put the wrong information here.
I listen.
couldn't find it.
I'm only dealing with what you show me. I'm not dealing with what you have in your head. Okay. So what you showed me, you started reading, then you said it's the wrong thing. So I disregarded it. Is it the wrong thing or is it the right thing?
No, this is the wrong thing, but I have the information somewhere else for the right thing.
You get credit for what
I
you
couldn't
present.
I couldn't find number.
You know, okay, that's fine. They also found something for number 3. So that means you want to pay attention to where they found it from. You might ask them. Okay. All right. So, and this is not just for Kennedy. If there's somebody who finds some information that you didn't, This is why they're asked to put their sources there, okay, so that you can go back um, and look at those sources and see if you get the same thing, right? Um, all right. Okay, Kennedy.
I'm gonna read the
What
last
else?
one. Okay, blacks. Claim number 3, blacks have increased pineal melatonin. A component of both the Afrocentric movement has incorporated a theory that black people, including ancient Egyptians, have superior mental and physical and paranormal powers because they have more melanin both in their skin and in their brains. By extension, it's also claim that black people have more melatonin and PMSH in their systems, and that these compounds also contribute to the superiority of people, should say black people of color over whites.
All right. Now, this is you didn't read this very well because this study is seeking to debunk everything that Carol Barnes and the black people are saying. This says,
It says that more
it
melatonin.
says, it says, listen to what you just read. It says, claim that by extension is also claim that black people have more melanin, okay? Um, and so and this comes from melanin, Afrocentricity, and what's that word? What is pseudoscience?
Pseudoscience is science that
Is what?
stuff that real.
Louder. Your voice went down. Pseudoscience is what?
Is science that's not real.
That's right, fake. So this particular article is actually very critical of those claims. And this article debunks those claims. This is why you can't just cut and paste something without really reading it and understanding what it says. Now, your classmates have actually found something that confirms this claim. You have found something that disconfirms the claim, which is okay if that's what you want to stick with. Okay? And in this particular claim, we're not talking about whether black people, whether the compounds contribute to superiority of black people over white people, etc. And many in this piece, just so that you know, that African people, because we say that we have things that white people don't have, movement, intuition, and whatever, we're not saying that we're superior. We're saying that these things are advantages, and we're claiming those advantages. So their criticism is a fake criticism, or is not, or it has been challenged. But it doesn't stop white people from criticizing anything that says that black folk got something and an advantage over white people. Okay. So, my dear, okay, they're not just, you can't grab anything without reading it and deciding you're going to understand what it's saying. Okay.
I thought I understood.
I hear it. Well, do you understand now? How can you do that if it says pseudoscience?
That's just the name
Click,
of the
click,
source.
click. That's just the name of the what?
The source. Like
The source is, so if the source is melanin, Afrocentricity, and pseudoscience, then what does that tell you?
It's not true.
That they are criticizing the science. Plus, you haven't cited any study whatsoever. Okay. See, anybody can write any article. All right. Now, I'm glad you found this article because we often always do it in class because people find it because they're advertising. First of all, they're making claims that black scientists didn't make. Now, a lot of black people, have made claims that we're superior to white people. All right. But that's not what the scientists have said. Carol Barnes is not saying we're inherently superior to white people. He's saying we have some advantages over white people, and he's laying those out. Now, some of us, like, yeah, and that makes us superior to white folks. But you're the scientist right now. This is criticizing a popular movement, but not what our scientists have said. You see what I'm saying? Now, it doesn't matter whether you actually believe that we're superior to white folks or not. That's not what we're discussing here. And that's what this article. So you have not done a good job understanding what this article is saying before you put it in. Because this article goes totally against what you're saying. Plus, it's not saying that it's not, So anyway, go do it again. You can click on it or you can find it. All right. All right. You understand what I'm saying, my dear? And yes, I'm pushing you hard because you are one of the older students here. Okay. And so the standard can't be just anything you find. You must read it and make sure it clearly supports what you're trying to do. Okay? Please do.
And sometimes this can help. Most times it usually says a certain doctor instead of just a person and his name. Or her name.
Great. Well, you're in good company, Kennedy. You remember Dream from last year? She was taking the class. She found the very same source and quoted it just like you did. So you're in good company to learn that you just can't take anything without making sure you got it. All right? All right.
Afriye, are you ready to go?
Yes, Aza.
Oh, Aza's ready to go?
No. Aza asked, could she be excused?
Oh. Jehudi, are you ready to go? You seem like you're laughing. You
I
found
think
some good
Barack had
material?
it. Barack, didn't you have your hand up a long time ago? You
No.
ain't want to jump in this?
Jehudi, you ready to go?
Afriye, are you ready?
Oh, no, I'm ready.
Come on.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So I couldn't find anything for the first claim or anything, but I have it for the second claim and all the other ones. Okay, so the parathyroid hormone, PTH, regulates vitamin D production. The parathyroid hormone reduces loss of calcium in urine. Parathyroid hormone also stimulates the production of active vitamin D in kidneys, intestines, and intestines. Parathyroid hormone indirectly increases calcium absorption from food in the intestines via its effect on vitamin D metabolism. And here's a link to this. And then the formulations of calcitriol is regulated by parathyroid hormone. Calcitriol acts directly on the parathyroid gland, regulating calcium receptor levels and directly inhibiting transcription of gene encoding PTH. There's a link. And then there's Africans have the highest levels of PTH. The background. Evidence derived from healthy subjects suggests that Africans have higher serum parathyroid hormone levels and decreased bone responsiveness to PTH than Caucasians. African American patients with end-stage renal disease, ESRD, also have higher serum PTH than Caucasians. Studies that correlate intact PTH levels of bone turnover in ESRD patients were performed in a predominantly Caucasian population. And then there's the methods. In this study, serum PTH and bone histometric data were analyzed.
Very good. Try to do it again. You said it correctly. Just do it without stopping.
Histomorphometric data were analyzed for racial differences in 76 ESRD patients. Blacks have increased pineal melatonin. A postmortem
What does postmortem mean, Afriye?
I don't exactly know.
What? Help her out, somebody. What does postmortem mean?
After death.
Very good.
A post-mortem histopathological study was done in 233 pineal glands of Black patients. Among them, 70% showed microscopic evidence of calcification in the pineal parenchyma.
Mm-hmm.
The frequency of calcification increased with age, however, the severity of calcification reached the peak in the 60 to 69-year-old age group and gradually declined.
Ah, you mean my pineal gland is calcifying because I'm 65 years old? Keep going.
As compared to males, females have slightly higher frequency and reach the peak of severity in younger age groups.
Okay, now a question. This doesn't tell me whether we have increased, that is more pineal melatonin than white people.
Oh, I think I accidentally cut that part out.
Well, do you remember what it said?
No, I don't. I need
Well,
to.
just know that this doesn't answer the question. It says that there is increased calcification, but guess what? Are we talking about calcification?
No.
Okay. Or we're talking about increased pineal melatonin.
Increased pineal melatonin.
So I don't see in this anything that you have here, the post-mortem histopathological study, that says anything about pineal melatonin. It does say, according to this particular study, that there was microscopic evidence of calcification in the pineal parenchyma, okay, and that calcification, according to this study, increased with age, okay. But we're not looking for calcification unless you make the relationship. The more calcified, the less melatonin is produced. Now, if you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
If it says that, then this can be a bridge. We're looking for whether or not, first, there is pineal melatonin, and is it greater in Black people than in white people?
Okay.
Okay. Please fix this. Keep going.
That's all.
Okay, you haven't listed your claims are not laid out clearly, like 1, 2, and 3. Go up again, because I don't see claim 1, claim 2, claim 3.
Oh yeah, I didn't do that.
You need to do that so that you understand what your research, what claim your research is supporting or refuting.
Okay.
Okay, so please redo that. And also, for all of you, since you have your sources, just start doing according to blah, blah, blah in your sentence, even though you're going to give the more specific. And if you're going to put your links in the body, which is okay. You don't have to wait till the end, but you also have to put your source. Your link is not your source. Your source might be PubMed, blah, 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 blah. And then under that, you can put your link. But all I'm telling you, all of you, in your body, just put according to article by. You don't have to give the whole thing. The whole thing will come later on. Y'all got it?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right. You're a scientist and you're learning to do scientific research. That's what you're doing. Okay. Just in case you're wondering, folks do this in college. Okay. Or advanced placement classes in high school. All right. Kamari, did I see you volunteer?
No.
Yes. Yes, I can. All right. So I've heard from Noah. I've heard from Jabea. I've heard from Kennedy. I've heard from Afriye. And I want to thank all of you for that. Okay. For your research and for your presentations, each and every one of you, because we've learned something from you, and you've learned, and the class has learned from the feedback, okay, that you got from Mami Mani, that you get, last time, that you're getting from me. If you're presenting, then you are helping to lead the class. Even if you got it wrong, you're still leading the class. So I don't want y'all to be, I don't want you to like not do stuff because then we give you feedback so that you can get better. And that's the only way to get better is by jumping in. Zuri, you don't have anything to present?
I have mine.
Well, why haven't you volunteered before now?
Don't know.
Change it. All right. Barack, do you have anything to present? Okay. Do you know what the homework is? Do you know what they're doing? Okay. You got to change that. If you miss a class, then you get Mama Imani or get me or go online and read or call your other, be in touch with your other classmates. That is your responsibility. Okay. All right. So we got the Zuri's ready to present. Jehudi, Mama Imani called on you several times and you remain silent. That means you're not ready to present, I assume. Type it in the text chat, son. All right. Azza. Well, okay, she may not come back. Okay, Zuri. You got a question of Free while she gets ready?
No, I don't.
Okay, Jehudi, you're not ready to present yet. You know what that yet means with Baba Wekesa and Mama Imani, right? That means you got something, right? You just haven't finished it. You started, right, Jehudi? See, if you haven't done it, please do not indicate like I'm not finished kind of thing. Because Baba Wekesa and Mama Imani will ask you to present what you have so far. Okay. We don't want any claim that if you haven't done it at all, that you haven't completed. You know, someone say, I haven't completed that yet. The question be, have you started that yet? Okay. So Jehudi, do you have anything to show? Okay. All right, Zuri.
Excuse me, Baba Wekesa.
Yeah.
May I please be excused the rest of the class? Like, I have to go to the hospital.
Sure. I hope you're okay.
Thank you. No, from my grandfather.
I hope I hope he's okay. All right. All right. You take care.
Okay. For claim number 1, I have that PTH and vitamin D are 2 major regulators of mineral metabolism. They play critical roles in the maintenance of...
Whoa. What's the claim? You're researching to prove or disprove a particular claim. What's the claim?
The pineal melatonin interact with the parathyroid hormone, or PTH, in production of vitamin D2.
Okay. And in the future, always put your claim and the number in front of what you're talking about, so that me and Mama Imani ain't got to go back and forth. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. So just copy it right now. Copy that whole thing, 1, 2, and 3, whatever the claims are, and put them at least at the top.
The assignment box is closed, so I can't edit it.
Okay, you can't mark it at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I'll go through and open it, Baba.
That's cool. Okay, so you're answering number 1. Are you doing number 1 and under claim 1 and 2?
Yes.
The pineal melatonin interacts with PTH in the production of vitamin D2, and the parathyroid regulates vitamin D production. Okay.
Yes.
So now I'm ready to hear what you say. What's your research?
Okay, for part 1, I have PTH and vitamin D are 2 major regulators of mineral metabolism. They play critical roles in the maintenance of calcium and in phosphate homeostasis, as well as the development and maintenance of bone health. PTH and vitamin D form a tightly controlled feedback cycle, PTH being a major stimulator of vitamin D synthesis in the kidney, while vitamin D exerts negative feedback on PTH secretion.
Okay, cool. What does that last part mean? While vitamin D synthesis in the while vitamin D exerts a negative feedback on PTH secretion.
I think it means that like while while vitamin D, you know, while PTH is like helping the kidney, I think vitamin D mm, not exactly sure what it means.
Well, guess, love, from the words there. PTH being a major stimulator of vitamin D synthesis. What does that part of the sentence mean?
That PTH helps start vitamin D synthesis.
Very good. And when it does that, then the kidneys, that the production synthesis in the kidneys, and then when vitamin D is produced, then what does it do?
It gives negative feedback.
What does that mean? Somebody help her out. It's very important.
Is negative feedback like what the body's lacking?
Nope. Good guess, but nope. Just read the sentence right there. That is, while vitamin D exerts negative feedback on PTH secretion. All right, so let's say you have a glass and you ask for something, some delicious drink that I may have, and I'm pouring it into your glass. Okay. What's negative feedback that you might give me if your glass is getting about to spill over?
I'll give you a dirty look
Is that all?
and probably yell,
And probably yell. And what will you yell?
what are you doing?
Okay. Do you want me to stop?
Yes.
Would you say stop?
Yeah.
That's what it says. That's negative feedback. Like, oh, yo, PTH, chill, baby, chill. I got enough, baby. I got enough. Okay. So it says PTH, Zuri, right, stimulates the production of vitamin D synthesis in the kidneys. And when there's enough, vitamin D then says, whoa, PTH, hold up, baby, hold up. Don't secrete no more. You give you more of that, then that's going to have me more vitamin D, and we don't need that. You remember the word homeostasis?
Yes, sir.
All right, that is balance. So that's what they mean by negative feedback loop. Okay.
Because in
Go ahead.
in the research that I did, it says PTH responds to negative feedback.
Yeah. So PTH, so you got enough going on. Like, yo, hold up, Wekesa, you about to spill it on me. It's about to spill over. Okay. And so when that message comes from the kidney, vitamin from the vitamin D, then PTH like, okay, chill. I'm sorry. Got it? All right, keep going, Zuri.
Okay.
Incidentally, when I've asked y'all to explain that, I want y'all to be able to explain it just like that. I mean, you don't have to use Bob Wekesa and whatever, but you got to get the message across some kind of way. All right, keep going.
For number 2, part of claim 1, I have that the parathyroid hormone also stimulates the production of active vitamin D in the kidneys. Intestine parathyroid hormone indirectly increases calcium absorption from food in the intestine via its effects on vitamin D metabolism.
Booyah! Good job. So you got the kidneys and where else? Barack, hold it. Barack, where else did she say? PTH has an effect on the vitamin D production in the kidneys and where else? Move it away, Zuri. This is for his memory. He just heard it. Go to numbers, scroll it down. I don't want him to be able to read it. Thank you. Barack, what you got in your notes? You got to open your mic, brother. Open your mic, brother.
It's open. Never
Okay,
mind.
talk.
Thank you.
We pushing her away. You didn't have your mic open.
Sorry.
Don't be acting like she was doing you a disservice, brother. You know, you were wrong in that instance. Say thank you, mama. Thank you. Now open your mic and keep talking.
I didn't catch where.
Well, she's teaching right now, just like Noah was teaching. And you should be taking notes. And also seeking to understand what exactly the research she found. What do you remember from what she said, Barack?
I got pH helps.
pH? We're not dealing with pH. Open your mic. Keep it open.
Sorry, PTH helps with vitamin D synthesis.
Where? Very good. Where? Keep your mic open while I talk to you right now. Where? Where in the body?
In the kidneys.
Very good. Excellent. And then she had a part 2.
I didn't get the part 2.
Okay. Ask her to repeat that, please.
Can you please repeat that?
All right, Zura, you can scroll up.
Parathyroid hormone also stimulates the production of active vitamin D in the kidneys. Intestine parathyroid hormone indirectly increases calcium absorption from food in the intestine via its effect on vitamin D metabolism.
Very good. So where, Barack?
The intestines.
Very good. And what does it do in the intestines?
Sorry, I was writing down my stuff. Stabilize vitamin D synthesis?
Nope. Before you write it down, listen to understand. This is not just him. This is everybody. Listen to understand it. All right. You see it on the screen. Read it, Barack.
No, I don't see.
Why you don't see it?
I don't know.
Are you on your phone?
My laptop.
Well, if you're on your laptop, you certainly should be seeing it. I'm seeing it. She's sharing her screen. Just scroll around. Alt-Tab. Now, Brock, you got to be paying close attention to this, brother. So you know how to operate your computer. You know how your mama have to come and tell you how to operate your computer every time. And if she's showing you, be kind to her. Yo, I know it's about time for us to go. After we get this straight, we'll continue. You're responsible for studying what you have here. And I'll have Mama Imani, since she was at work with you, if there's something additional she wants. But we're going to have a quiz on this. All right, on Wednesday. A quiz on what's been presented today. So here's what I want. I'm going to create a forum so that you can, all the research that's been done, present it, put it in the forum. You got it?
Got it.
That means you are responsible for looking at the research that has been presented thus far. Do 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 do. All right, and so let's start with some appreciations of what you learned today. Zuri, we will have you continue your presentation on Wednesday. Make sure you study yours and others so that you can uh, be ready for the. This is a major quiz. It's all about vitamin D, pineal gland, melatonin, and what's been presented.
Yes, sir. I'll go first with the appreciations. I appreciate coming to class and learning more about if the claims were right or not, and everybody's information that they have.
Mo, and thank you, Noah, for starting us off with your
Mo.
research.
I appreciate hearing everyone's presentations and learning about the claims.
Mo. Mo.
Mo.
Well, I appreciate learning more about this entire class, as in learning more about the claims and everybody presenting.
Mo.
No.
I appreciated presenting and seeing learning what other people found about the claim.
Mo.
No. I don't think that's everybody.
Well, I that's not everybody. I didn't go.
That's right. That's right.
I appreciate learning all, whether if what was in the presentation answered the question, seeing if it answered the question, seeing learning vocabulary, learning just not just cut and paste, but going through and having you guys read what you put down to see if it answered the claim. And for those of you who weren't able to find anything that you guys were able to put down there, couldn't prove or disprove. So I really appreciate the work that and the effort that was put into this, and that it was done. Thank you.
I appreciate the same thing. I appreciate your courage. One, I appreciate you doing the work, and then you're presenting it. Okay. Um, you got good feedback. You got feedback that was on point. You got feedback, okay, that was not. Y'all, that's what the learning is. The learning is not being right. The learning is doing your best, and then learning from what you didn't get right to go further. That's what a scientist does. You remember Dr. Teeman Cook says, if you're really, really lucky, okay, all right. So
Get it wrong.
right. So that means you tried and you put it there. Okay. And that's another opportunity for learning. All right. I really, really appreciate all of you who presented. All right. Kennedy, she's not here, but I really appreciate her presenting. We learned a lot from her presentation, didn't we?
Yes.
Okay. And that's how we learn. So you benefit the class because we're not gonna let stuff go by that just ain't right, right? So that means you get to learn. Your mistakes become learning for you and for the class, as well as your success. So I really, really do appreciate Mama Imani. Thank you so much for holding it down and getting them ready for these presentations. Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Could not do this without you. Okay. Yes, Barack.
Oh, I didn't do my appreciations.
Okay, come on.
I appreciated listening to everyone's presentations.
What you appreciate about it?
I just appreciated their presentations.
No, 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 no. What did you appreciate about any of the presentation? Choose one, brother. No
Oh,
general stuff. You can no general stuff here. If you say you appreciate something, you appreciate Bob Wekesa, then I expect for you to be able to say at least one thing you appreciate about Bob Wekesa, or the same thing about the reports. You go to I Education Institute, bro. Come on.
I appreciated learning about vitamin D synthesis.
All right, I'm gonna let you go because of the time. Okay, everybody. Kamaria, you asked for a time after class. I will stay. Also, you're up. You know, when we come back, sister. All right, and y'all do know y'all are doing some great work. Y'all are not just coming and being told. You're also researching. All right, and with your research, you're guiding the class. That's fantastic. Proud of you. Bye. See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
Mo.
Bye, thank you.
You're welcome, son.
Hello. Hi. I didn't do the assignment that was due today, and there are no excuses for it. So
Well, there has to be some reasons. If there are no excuses, there got to be some reasons.
I honestly forgot about it. All seriousness, which isn't very good. So I just wanted to speak with
Okay.
you. And
So
say,
where do you keep your homework assignments? Do you know this assignment was listed by Mommy Money?
yes,
So like where do you go to check to say, okay, what are my assignments?
I usually write it down in my notebook, but that class I left extremely early, so I'm not sure what the class was fully about.
Which means all the more reason that you do one of two things. You go and first read, see if there are any assignments for the class that you missed. And the other is you get in touch with either your classmates and or the instructor before time. That you missed the class is no reason for you not to know what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. If you didn't die, that means you're supposed to find out. If you got sick, then you're supposed to find out what you're supposed to do. Okay.
Yes.
And I really, appreciate your research. Okay. So when you don't do it, it just cheats the class. Okay. All right. And also yourself, because this is very important things that we're doing. Most times you're not be learning about no parathyroid gland in no middle school. Okay. And melatonin and the pineal gland secretion and having to do research at NCBI. Okay. But that I can show if someone calls and asks for a recommendation and I can show them your portfolio of work. Woo-wee. They'd be like, yo, she the one. Okay. So you got to give me that so I can help you. Okay.
Yes.
I appreciate your apology. All right. Jump on it. It's all good.